I don't know about you, but doesn't it feel good to actually be talking about football? I mean, real football. The international break is over. We're back. Premier League action starts this weekend against Brighton here at Old Trafford. I mean, there's been tons going on off the pitch. We know what's been going on with Antony, Sancho. We've covered it on the United Stand throughout the week. It's been, honestly, it's been tiring. It's been really tiring. The negativity around the club at the moment, every man and his dog has been having their say on United. They've been listening to the likes of Jamie O'Hara, Paul Merson, listening to everyone have their stab at Manchester United, whether it be on Maguire and the hate that he's getting. Shut up, grow a pair. Sancho, again, deal with it. Get your head back in the game and get yourself back in the squad is all I'm going to say on that. Everyone knows my opinion on them two subjects. And then you've got Antony as well. I think international football was actually needed for Manchester United fans this last couple of weeks because everything else, I mean, man, you'd be thinking you were going under. I think this club was crumbling to the ground at the way everyone was reporting on everything. But that's what we're there for. The biggest club in the world, obviously. Big sponsorship deals in that period on international break have been done as well. We've heard news about how Murtaugh's had to come in to deal with football situations. I can't actually see that, but this is the road trip. It's the preview. It's Brighton at Old Trafford. That's all I'm going to say on everything that's gone on off the pitch. Let's get down to matters on the pitch. I'll start with what's actually hampered on the pitch in terms of team selection though, because obviously we're going to be without some key names this weekend. One person who will be there because he gives the team morale and obviously takes the pressure off his teammates by taking the flak for everyone around him who he's ever played with. Harry Maguire perched on the bench, obviously where he belongs. No Sancho, no Antony. That front three is going to be one big debate. So I'm going to start this off now if you are just tuning into the video. Get your team selection in, first of all. That's what I want to know, what you guys, where you're at with it. We've heard from Ten Hag in his press conference that Martinez and Lindelof are both fit, but it's that front three. How do we go this time? Obviously, Højlund made his debut against Arsenal before the international break. He's looked fit, he's looked sharp in the internationals alongside Eriksen, his countryman. And you've got Bruno. Does he go into midfield? He's been on outstanding form so far in international break. Rashford, not looked too shabby either for England. And then obviously, Martial. Garnacho, Palestre, maybe this is the moment. No Antony, no Sancho. Will he bring him in? I can guarantee you right now there's going to be United fans waiting. That 3 o'clock mark, the team news will come out at 2 o'clock and we'll be all like, is he going to play Bruno on the right wing? Is he going to play Bruno on the right wing? Oh, and then everyone's down. It's like, oh God, he's just not going to get a start, is he, the lad? I'm talking Palestre, obviously. I think right now is the opportunity for him to come straight into that team. A right-hand-sided, natural right-hand-sided player who can deliver balls into the box quickly. And what have we got now? A number 9 in the box in Højlund. I think it's perfectly set up for a Rashford, Højlund, Palestre front three. That's what I'm going to go with. That's what I want to see. I guarantee you it won't be. I've got a horrible feeling that Martial will be involved. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean I want Højlund to play. I looked at him against Arsenal in that cameo when he came on. Absolutely outstanding. He scared the Arsenal backline to death. Strong, quick, fast, direct. Something we have not had in that number 9 position for a long time. And in that game, when you break that Arsenal game down, you look at it in the finer detail, you've seen how he brought other players into play. You've seen how him holding off 2 defenders give a bit more space to Bruno, who then had the eye to see Rashford in space on the left-hand side. Yes, Rashford's end product needs to get better, but he's probably not used to having that much space on a counter-attack in such a big game against Arsenal. But that's what Højlund brings. He has to start this game. Palestre for me on the right, Rashford on the left. I think that's the perfect balance. Let's not forget, we've got Garnacho to bring into the situation as well. We're hearing good news regarding Mason Mount and him coming back as well. So hopefully for Bayern Munich next week, we'll see Mason Mount come back into the team as well. More options in midfield. Dropping down into midfield, then you've got to look at Amrabat, Eriksen, McTominay. These players, I mean, Amrabat's not played much, obviously. He was taken out of the Morocco team just as a precaution. I think he is fit and ready to play. Eriksen looks sharp as anything. Looks the best he's been since before his injury to Andy Carroll in that game against Reading. He looks absolutely mustard. And to be honest, I'm looking at it, I'm going, I think it picks itself, doesn't it? If Casemiro isn't fit enough, or if there's any doubt at all, like he's not quite ready, because the South American players do get back later, and that's a bit of a contradiction because I said bring Palestre in, when Martial is there and he can come straight in. I still think Casemiro, he's a bit sluggish, and I'm thinking of Brighton. Quick, sharp, moving, quicker players. Does Amrabat come straight into that team? That's the question now. That's a good conundrum to have, to be honest. I can't wait to see Amrabat in that team. Like I said, a master, a round peg in a square hole, master of one trade, not a jack of all. He just sits there, does absolutely nothing but destroys. And I think we're going to need some of that with the power and pace that Brighton bring in that midfield. They bring a lot of danger to us. So I'm thinking, Eriksen, does he suit this game? Does he suit how quick this game is going to be? If you watch Brighton's last game back against Newcastle, I've honestly never seen a game move so quick. In that first 45 minutes, and we know what that weather was like that weekend. It was blistering hot down on the south coast, and it did not relent at all. They were frightening in that game. Newcastle, we know what energy Newcastle bring, but also you got to look at there is like how Brighton took it to them and didn't give them a moment. And that says everything you need to know about what Brighton are bringing here this weekend. It's been a year since Manchester United were defeated here at Old Trafford, and it was De Zerbi's team. Well, it wasn't De Zerbi. It was Potter at the time before he went on that death wish to Chelsea. But De Zerbi has taken Brighton to a whole new level completely. And there's dangers throughout this team. Evan Ferguson springs to mind straight away. I mean, they've got Ansu Fati, who is fit and available. We're listening to De Zerbi's press conference not so long ago, and he was talking there about him. He's actually thinking about bringing him in. He's thinking about bringing Ansu Fati in. I mean, what a problem to have. I haven't seen the players that have left this summer from Brighton, for them to be where they are in the league and playing the way they're playing still, with that much talent gone out of midfield, and then he doesn't know whether to bring Fati in. You know what danger's coming our way. And like I said, the last team to take anything off us here in terms of a victory, Brighton at Old Trafford, first game of last season. It has been a year. There has been massive progress under Ten Hag. A stubbornness, maybe not a style of play, maybe not what we all want to see, the free-flowing football that we all expected, but he has brought in a stability. He has brought in a resilience within this squad as to never say die. We don't know when we're beaten, obviously. At home, that is. Away from home, I can't really say that after what happened last season. Some of them absolute nightmares that we had. But what you got to look at is the fact that here at Old Trafford, Manchester United have got an amazing record. The run is unreal. I think we're up to, I can't remember, it's 34, 35 games now. I'd love for it to carry on. And this to be a statement. First game back after the international break. Taking down Brighton would be big. Because like I said, Brighton are going to bring so much of a threat with us. Evan Ferguson, like I said, Dan, I didn't get into detail on him, but that player there, it's like Ferguson against Højlund, two very similar players. Powerful, direct, strong, good in the air, got a whole package. Whose show is it going to be? Can United get their ship in order and find that right balance with Højlund from the start? Is it going to be Brighton's day again? They have got the voodoo over us. I mean, I can't remember the last time we beat Brighton. It would have been at Old Trafford, because every time I've been down south on the south coast to watch us play, we've absolutely been smashed all over the park. I don't like them. That's because they're good, and they are going to give us that big test. I think probably the biggest test we've had here at Old Trafford in a long time, and we've had some big teams here over last season. I think United have used the crowd, but that's why I'm a little bit worried about this game. That's why I'm worried about what's going, because everything off the pitch, the unrest amongst the fan base, everything that's going on in terms of Antony, Sancho, Maguire, Ten Hag, you could feel the bite in his answers and the press conference yesterday. It was just, it doesn't seem to be any sort of cohesion within the football club at the moment. You got the Glazers, and then, like I said, them three players. Everyone's got their favourites at who should start. Honestly, the only thing that can save Manchester United right now is results. Points on the board, and everyone talking about what's happening on the pitch. There's too much going on off the pitch. The club is a bit of a disaster case right now, and like I said at the start of this video, everyone has had their say. But I said the only thing that keeps Manchester United flowing, and this has been proven through history, is actually winning games, actually getting results. It's the only thing that covers everything else up, because we are just one of them clubs. We are a juggernaut of world football. It is just what it is. When it's not going well, everyone knows about it. Everyone wants to talk about it, and everyone wants to stick the roar in. The only time it goes quiet here at Old Trafford is if we're actually doing well. And again, it's up to Ten Hag, the miracle worker, to actually get his message across and actually get something from this team, because that's all that's going to save this club. And the hierarchy and everyone up there at the top, the board, everyone who's involved at Manchester United at that level, know that Ten Hag is this club's last chance. Well, the Glazers are in situ. We're going nowhere. Everything is banked solely on Baldy's best, Mr. Ten Hag. And listening to him in that press conference the other day, I tweeted it out. I said, hopefully, them standards that he is installing in the training ground at Carrington, upstairs at Old Trafford, everything that he's brought to his football club, we need them standards to start coming out now onto the pitch and bringing us results with it. That's what Manchester United needs, and hopefully we get the reaction that we need. I mean, if Harry Tenag had been sitting everyone down in Carrington this week, just dressing everyone down, cutting everything off, cutting all the noise out and saying, look, we are the saviours of this football club. We have to get the results. It's down to us to put something on that scoreboard and put Man United back up in that league table, because if we don't, then it's just going to add to everything which is negative around Manchester United right now. Let me know what you think, guys. Who is your lineup? Who is your front three, more importantly? What's your score predictions? I'm going, I said this before, and I'm going to have to stick to it because someone will pull me up on it if I don't. I'm going 3-2 United. I see it being one of them very stressful but exciting games. Very similar to what we've seen against Forest, but to be honest, if you offered me that every single week, I'd probably take that rather than the boring 1-0s. Bit of excitement at Old Trafford. This is going to be a really good game to watch as well. I can't believe it's not on TV, but hey, we move on. Take it what it is. I'll see you outside Old Trafford. Hopefully talking about a United win and an exciting game. Like, share and subscribe, everyone. See you later.